Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic. We're back. I know it's
Yes.
been like 3 weeks, but there's a reason.
Yes, we're not dead. The everything's okay.
Yeah.
It
Kelley got
felt like
sick,
we were dying. Yeah.
and then it was Christmas,
Yeah.
and then I got sick,
Yeah.
and here we are now.
Yeah. We lived.
We lived. We made it. I'm still a little congested.
Hmm.
Um, I still cough every like once in a while, like maybe once a day. But other than that, I'm
Same.
fine.
Yeah. It was not COVID, by the way. We are still untouched.
Yes, I've still been untouched by COVID. I find that
Yes.
hilarious.
We are
But yeah,
blessed.
it was just the run of the mill cold.
Yeah. Yeah.
But since I hadn't been sick in like 3 years, it almost took me out.
Yeah. Honestly, I think the last time I was like actually sick was like 2019.
That was the last time I was sick too. 2019.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like right after my finals in 2019. I just got sick. And
Hmm.
that was the last time. And then I got sick 2 weeks ago and I was just flat out for
Yeah,
4 days.
she was only 4 days. I was flat out for an
Yeah.
entire week.
Yeah. He got it worse than I did.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Did I stay home an extra day because there was a storm? Yes.
Yes.
But that's neither here nor there.
Yes. Well, also, if you did go out in that flood, you didn't want to get yourself any more sick, you know?
Yeah. Plus,
Precaution.
I kind of would have been trapped in San Francisco because they kept canceling all the ferries.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you're fine. They're doing okay without you.
Yeah. Did I lose some money on my paycheck? Yes, but it's
Yes.
fine.
It's okay. Small price to pay.
Small price to pay. Um, but yeah, how have you been, Kelley? It's been a while.
It's been a very long time. I've been okay. I started my new job. That
Mm,
is, it's kind of stressful. I probably can't say where I work
you
because
probably
of,
shouldn't.
yeah, because of what I do.
Yeah.
um, but let's just say it's very stressful. I have constant paperwork coming in, either online or actual paper copies of things. And I don't want to sound like I'm self important or whatever, but what I do and how I do it, and I have to get it right. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Like, I have to make sure I get it right.
Mm-hmm.
So training has been um, not intense, but like, I constantly have to ask questions because there are some things that come in that even my coworkers haven't seen, but it ends up on my desk. And so I go to them and they're like, oh, yeah, I've never seen that before. I'm like, what do you mean you've never seen that
What do you
before?
mean?
She's like, oh yeah, we get new forms in like all the time and whatever. I'm like, oh, so I constantly have to learn either way, but like there's new things that come in. Like, how is that even possible? But yeah, um, super stressful in certain aspects.
Yeah.
Um, in other aspects, it kind of feels very endless because I only do a few number of things right now, and it just feels like not like I'm getting bored, but like it just feels the same constantly every day for 8 hours.
Oh, mine most definitely. My job is the same, and it's a
Yeah.
low level of the same. So I watch a lot of movies, like I've said multiple times out here.
Yeah, and you know what? I never understood like how you could do that until I started doing what I'm doing and I'm just like I could definitely like put on a show right now and just listen and low key watch it while I put this stuff in because
Yeah.
this is hikey boring. Like I've literally listened to all of my playlists on Spotify. I've drifted into different genres of music that like I normally wouldn't go because I'm desperate for new music.
I guess you can start a podcast. You can like listen to a
Oh,
podcast.
oh no, I did. I used to listen
Oh,
to a podcast on my way to work at my old job, and when I stopped working, I wasn't listening to it, and so I literally caught up to every episode in a day because I just had them on
wow.
on play throughout my whole day. And so yeah, I literally caught up in a day. Maybe I should find a new podcast or something. But yeah,
Yeah,
I understand you now.
if you want to watch TV and movies, my go-tos are Tubi and
Mm,
Pluto TV.
I might have to hop onto Tubi and Pluto because Netflix is getting dry, and I'm
Uh,
not
I was
touching
not
Hulu.
I was not gonna sign into my Netflix account on my work computer, so I use Tubi and Pluto because I don't have to make an account or anything. I just watch them.
Mm. Oh no, I watch all my stuff on my phone. Like that's what like all my other coworkers do.
Hmm.
Because obviously I can't do that where I work.
Yeah,
So yeah, I when I went to ask one of my coworkers a question, she was just straight up watching Emily in Paris, and I'm like,
good for her.
I get that, I get it. So yeah, now I might join you on that like 32 movie a week kind of
Hmm.
vibe that you're on right now. I
Yeah,
get it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like I only worked 2 days this week. I think I watched 7 movies
Oh my
in
gosh,
those 2 days.
I can
Yeah.
see it. I can actually see it now.
And speaking of movies, for my week,
Hmm.
yesterday I went to go see Megan, and that was the worst movie going experience I've ever had in my entire life.
Yeah, that was awful.
So I get there, my normal 10 minutes to 15 minutes early. I'm sitting there, I'm the only person in there. And then I see that families start coming in. And I was
Yeah.
very confused. I was like, this is a horror movie.
Hmm.
But just like an endless stream of families just kept coming in. And I should have known in that moment just to leave and get a refund. But I didn't.
Yeah.
And so the movie starts, everyone's talking. And I'm like, what?
Second red flag.
But the way the movie started, it looked like an ad. So I kind of
Oh.
understand it. So I
Okay.
was like, let it go. And then throughout the movie, people texting, people continuing to talk, people taking flash photos.
That's the one that gets me. Flash
I
photos.
was like, what the fuck are you doing? And it didn't just happen once, it happened 3 or 4 times.
Heck no.
And then there was a kid who kept running up and down the stairs. And I was like, where are your parents?
Right.
And then the icing on the cake was in the middle of the movie, someone went out through the emergency exit. And so all the light from that hall came into the theater and the door was slowly closing.
Oh,
So
jeez.
for a good minute, there was just a stream of light right in front of the screen.
Awful.
It was the worst movie going experience I've ever had in my entire life.
How was the movie though?
The movie was okay. I gave it a 3 on Letterbox.
Out of five?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was fine. It was very predictable, but yeah, it was Chucky. If you've seen the Chucky movies, you've
Oh.
seen Megan. Megan just has more technology.
So did you laugh when the titanium song came on?
Yes, it was so the Kelley, the context in which she was singing that song was hilarious.
It got even better because what you sent me on TikTok, that was just funny by itself.
It was so fucking fun. This little girl is sitting there crying because I don't think this is a spoiler. I think this is in the trailer, or her parents died, and she's sad about it.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And then also something else had happened, but I'm
Mm.
not going to say what that was. And then Megan's all like, "No, you're fine," and then starts randomly singing Titanium.
Oh, you're sad? Let me sing you a song to cheer you up.
And I
Titanium.
was and I was like, "What's going on?" And that's not the only song she sings in this movie, by the way.
Oh no.
And I was like, um, I was so weirded out for a second. It took me a second to process what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end she's like, go to bed, and then just went and sat down in her corner and turned off. It was that movie genuinely has some very hilarious moments in it.
Oh my gosh.
But
Because when you sent me that clip, all I got was Pitch Perfect vibes.
mhm.
Like that's all I could think about.
But yeah, if you're gonna go see Megan, which I guess at this point I would recommend, make
Okay.
sure you go like really early in the morning or really late at night. Because if there's families in there, you're fucked.
Yeah. Also, if you are a family going to take your kids to see Megan, why?
Why?
Why is
And
the
then
question?
why do you have your children acting so rowdy in a
Mm.
movie theater?
You let your kids act like that in public?
I went to one of the Despicable Me movies, and the kids were more well behaved than the kids in this Megan showing.
Sheesh.
When I went to
Ah,
go see Jungle Cruise,
oh,
the
Jungle
kids were more
Cruise.
well behaved than in this Megan movie. So what's going on?
Yeah.
Was I being punked? I feel like
Maybe
I
you
was being
were.
punked.
Maybe you were.
But yeah, um, that really made me upset. But it's fine. Oh, also
Yes.
for Christmas, I got a Modern Warfare game.
Oh,
Tell me why
yes.
it took me like 5 hours to set it up.
Yeah.
I feel like it took me longer to set it up than it took me to play the game.
Yeah. That's probably true.
I kept having to download all of this material, and I'm like, the disc is right here. Play the
Yeah.
game.
No, it's not that simple anymore.
In 2023, we need to get rid of this downloadable content bullshit.
You don't
This
want
is
DLC?
no. I bought like how did someone buy me the physical disc of the game and I can't play the game? How does that make any fucking sense?
That's how it be nowadays, I will
That
say.
makes no sense. What is the
Updates.
disc for?
Show.
If even the like base level campaign is not on the disc, what is the disc for?
I honestly can't help you
They
there,
could have
yeah.
just bought a code.
Yeah,
Why the fuck
you
did
could
you
have gotten the, yeah.
why the fuck did they have a disc and the game wasn't on it? Like quite literally the disc was useless. I couldn't do anything with the disc. I couldn't play the campaign, I couldn't play online, I couldn't play their like extra stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I literally had to put the disc in and then download everything.
Download to play.
I was so upset. And the fact that it took so long made me even more upset.
Jordan's never playing another video game unless the game is actually on the disc.
The game has to be on the disc. I will only play old games if I have to. I don't care. I'm not doing that again.
Or if somebody sets it up for him so he doesn't have to deal with all the
Uh huh.
downloading and the wait time.
Yeah.
You know what?
I
That's what you should do. Like next Christmas or like for any birthday, just put a PSA out there. Like if you're buying me a game, download it for me.
yeah.
Just
While I'm at work, go in
yeah.
my room. Here's the passcode.
Yeah, just download it for me.
Just download. I only have that passcode on it so that my sister wouldn't touch it when she was younger. Now she has her
Yeah.
own. So
So that's fine.
so go ahead,
Yeah, go off.
download all the stuff. I promise you I won't touch it until after Christmas. Like I
Yeah.
promise.
Yeah, like if you want the console itself, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, just take it. Take the console.
Just
I don't
take
care.
it. Take it. If it disappears one day from my room, I'll
No,
pretend I won't
no,
notice.
no questions.
Yeah,
I
no
probably won't
questions.
notice. No questions asked.
It'll just show up on Christmas Day and I'll be like, "Oh,
Oh
you were
yeah.
gone."
Okay, Kelly. I think it's time.
Is it
To,
time?
I think it's time to talk about the Pink Panther, Pink
Yes.
Panther,
The Pink Panther.
the Pink Panther. Okay,
The Pink Panther.
the so pretentious. Got it.
Yes. You got to differentiate yourself from the other 600 Pink Panthers out there.
Of course.
Of course. Okay, so we start off this movie with Chief Inspector Charles talking about Clouseau, who is a small town detective, and his many unfortunate, like terrible actions in that small town as an officer, and how
Yes.
he needed him for a case that was coming
Yes.
up.
I noticed two things. Well, I
Yes.
noticed one thing and then I had a like observation about another thing. One, whatever that little town was so obviously Universal Studios. Like to the point where at one point you could see the scaffolding of like the back of those, fake buildings.
Yes.
Like you could see that. I was like, y'all didn't cut that out? Y'all kept that in the
I didn't
movie?
even notice. Maybe I did notice, but it's
I
been a long time
definitely
since I watched
like
it.
when he got out of like the police car and he
Yeah.
started like walking towards a building, you could see
It's in the
like
background.
the scaffolding of the back of one of the buildings and I was like,
Oh my
y'all didn't
god.
cut that out?
Also, we can trust Jordan on this. He's been on that tour
I've
a
been
lot.
on that tour like 10 times
Yeah.
minimum.
Yeah.
Every
So we
time
can
I've gone
trust
to
Jordan on
Universal
this.
every time I've gone to Universal Studios, I've been on that tour.
At this point, can you name any other movies that use this tiny little Italian town
Yes, I
or,
can.
or
The Princess
French town?
Diaries. Princess Diaries or The Princess Diaries 2 to be specific.
To be exact.
Also The Good Place. Um what else? I can't really remember it. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
But now anytime I see that town in a movie, I'm like, "Yep,
Add that to the
there
list.
there it is."
There's Universal. Everyone say hello.
But yeah, and then also I was like, how come is it Cluso?
Yeah, Clouseau.
How come Cluso hasn't just been fired?
Yeah, it's a small town. Like, why hasn't anybody, or at least the whole town, complained and been like, yeah, just get rid of him.
Get rid of him. Cuz
He's
like
doing more harm than
he
good.
took out like a motorist in like the first 2
Yeah.
minutes of the movie.
And then he takes out an old lady, a bystander,
Mhm.
and then the guy that he was supposed to be helping,
Yeah.
all in the span of like 10 minutes.
Yeah. And they just let him keep his job.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Um, so this case that he needs Clouseau on is the death of the head soccer coach for the France team.
Yeah, how long has Jason Statham been in this movie? Has he
Like,
always been in this movie?
yes,
Because
yes,
like I haven't seen this movie since I was like a child. I remember
oh,
that
same,
Beyonce was in this movie, obviously, but
obviously.
I feel like this was before Jason Statham was Jason Statham
It might
because
have been, honestly.
completely went over my head that he was in this movie.
That's why, honestly, when I watched it the very first time before even taking notes, I was I forgot Beyonce was in it, and then when I
How'd you
saw
forget
Jason,
Beyonce was in it?
girl, it's been a long time since I've seen it. I totally forgot she was in it. So when Jason Statham popped out, I was like, "Oh, hi!" And then Beyonce's up in the crowd, and I'm like, "Oh,
Oh,
hello." Honestly, this whole movie, it was like I was watching this whole movie for the first time again, I will say, because I don't remember any of it.
oh, I didn't remember any plot points.
Yeah, I
So
had no idea, honestly.
even though I guessed the ending very quickly.
Yeah, you're really good at that anyway.
Yeah. Plus this is a movie meant for children. So,
That is true. That is true.
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna have to check later to see like when Jason Statham got famous to see if this was the moment before or after.
I feel like this was before because
Because he
I
was
had
literally
no
in
idea.
this movie for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like Kristen Chenoweth had more screen time than he did.
she did. She definitely did. Um, so there is a soccer game going on between China and France, which the chief inspector attended, where I'm going to butcher every French name in this movie. By the way,
That's
I
fine.
hate French. Uh, Yves Glouant, the soccer coach for the French team, was murdered during the celebration of the win, and his Pink Panther diamond was stolen.
Hmm.
So the whole he says the whole world, but I don't think that would happen. Um, Reacts to the news, and
I
the chief
mean,
inspector.
maybe
Really?
this was like a big soccer game, right?
Uh,
Outside of the U.S., soccer is huge.
yeah, that is
I
true.
feel like we're
So
the only country that doesn't care about soccer.
yeah,
I feel like every other.
You think Canada would care?
I know nothing about Canada. I don't know what they
Yeah,
like
me either. Yeah.
other than like maple syrup, but like that's probably not even a real thing.
Maple syrup and their
Drake
prime minister and Drake.
and Drake and
Most,
Degrassi.
yeah. Mostly those things. Do they even do soccer up in Canada? Anyway, uh, so the whole world stops with the news, and Chief Inspector needs Clouseau to draw the media attention away from him, so he and some elite group that he's chosen can actually solve the murder.
That plan makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because all I'm thinking of, there's an incompetent police officer out there running around, possibly ruining my evidence.
Yeah, yeah. And then talking to the media about it.
Yeah,
Like, what spells
give
disaster more than
giving
that?
the killer slash stealer a chance to like rework their plan,
Right.
leave the country, like anything.
Yeah. Because Clouseau doesn't do anything.
No,
He does not do anything. So he does all of this so that he can finally win the Medal of Honor because he's been snubbed for the last 7 years.
who knows?
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, maybe you don't deserve it. Do you ever think
Yeah,
about that?
maybe you don't. Yeah, it's been 7 years. Please let it go. So Clouseau arrives in Paris and meets with the chief and secures, quote unquote, the area before the chief promotes him to inspector and puts him in charge of the Glouant case. Clouseau then immediately goes to a press conference, doesn't answer any of the questions,
No.
but promises to catch the
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 killer.
killer, the killer.
The killer.
And while this is happening, the chief inspector puts a detective on Clouseau so that he can know all of his movements, and that goes to Ponton. I hope I'm
Ponton.
saying that right.
You see.
Who is just a low level detective.
Hmm.
So the chief inspector then works with his chosen group, which honestly they don't look like detectives or inspectors. I will say
No.
they look like financial, like aides. Honestly, um, and they choose to investigate the two Chinese men who were in the VIP box, since the poison that was used to kill Gluant was made of Chinese herbs. While all this is happening, Clouseau works late into the night, and Nicole, who I guess is like his assistant now,
I guess.
I guess.
So she got
Um,
demoted for some reason.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
probably because of what happened.
Oh, yeah. So I
Where,
glanced over that.
yeah, yeah,
But when he meets Nicole for the first time, it's very interesting.
yeah. It looks like he's eating her out, which was
Yeah.
very strange thing to put into a children's movie.
Yeah. When I was watching this with my brother, that scene came on. I'm like, there's absolutely no way. There is no way this is in the movie right now. And nobody says anything. Nobody.
No,
Because who walks in on them? The chief inspector's
the
like
chief
right hand man.
inspector.
Oh, the
Yeah,
chief inspector himself. Yeah, yeah. And nobody says anything.
no,
Um, but Nicole offers to work late with him, and he misunderstands her. Um, and she's like, no, just go home because you never know what like people will think if two people work together late at night. And she's like, oh, okay. And then he decides to sexually harass her anyway.
Yeah. He's like, I don't want anything misconstrued as sexual advancement or anything, and then touches her.
Yeah. He kisses her and then slaps her ass on the way out.
Yeah.
Clouseau, please. If you didn't lose your job over how you can't do your job, then you should have lost your job over this.
Yeah. Any normal woman would have went to HR.
Oh, yeah. Any normal woman would have been like, absolutely not. And then just went straight to HR. Even in the middle of the night, I would have.
Same.
Right.
Would have like at least at minimum sent them an email.
Exactly, yeah. Like, absolutely not. So the next day, Clouseau and Ponton visit Xania while she's recording and interrogates
Hmm.
her about her threatening to kill Gluant. But she says she was upset over the fact that he was cheating on her, which, go off, queen. Um, and when Ponton tries to ask her questions about her whereabouts in China, like, Clouseau kind of like shuts him down because I guess he's still trying to work with the chief inspector on his investigation, I guess. Um, but Xania says that Bizot hated him, which was a player on the French team.
Yeah. Actually, it turns out
So,
everyone hated him.
yeah, everyone hated this guy,
Everyone hated this man,
which,
including
girl.
Beyonce's character.
Yeah, which, girl, if everybody hated him and then you hated him,
Maybe it's time to dump
maybe,
him.
yeah, maybe it's time to let go.
Let's let go.
Yeah, please. So, Ponton and Clouseau go to the French soccer team building, training area.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they interrogate Vainqueur, who is the new head coach. Um, and he's not sad that he's dead either because he's now the new head coach, which
Yeah.
free
Plus,
promotion.
yeah. He didn't like him either. Like we say,
He did not
everyone
like him
hated
either. Yeah, everybody
everyone
hated
hated
this
this
man.
man.
And they find Bizot and take him back to the precinct. And Clouseau does a good cop, bad cop routine, which
By
actually
himself.
works. Yeah, by
He did it
himself, and it
by
actually
himself,
works.
and it worked.
And it worked. Um, and he learns that Larocque, who is a casino owner and helped Gluant with his like restaurant chains.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Hated him and could have killed him because Gluant would steal money from the restaurants that he owned and would gamble it away at Larocque's casino.
Hmm.
Clouseau believes that Bizot is innocent, and as Ponton leaves him to his apartment, finds Nicole in there, who he thinks is a robber or something.
Yeah.
Um, when Ponton comes back, he tells him that Bizot was killed at the training facility.
Yeah.
He also walks in on Clouseau and Nicole,
Yeah.
giving her the Heimlich maneuver,
Hmm.
but it doesn't look like it.
It don't look like that.
No, and that went on for a very long time,
Way too long.
way too long.
There's like several running bits that go on a little bit too
Yeah,
long in this movie.
yeah,
There's that thing
yeah,
with the weird sexual like positions they're in anytime anyone comes to
yeah,
the room.
yeah.
There's like this rolling ball bit
With the biker
because he hit like this
globe.
stone globe or ball or something, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just been rolling around all of France the entire movie.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then he keeps just letting people leave the country. That's
Yes.
another like running bit. That
Yeah.
everyone has an excuse to leave the country. And
Yeah.
he's
And
like,
he lets them
fine.
go.
He's like, fine, go.
Yeah. Beyonce, I have a very vague reason to leave the country.
Yeah,
I
she literally
believe
says
you.
vague. She's like, I have a vague reason to leave to go to New York. He's like, okay.
Yeah. He's
The
like,
head coach.
I love your vague reason.
The
Go
head
ahead.
coach is like, we have a game in some country. I don't
Oh
remember.
yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
at first he's
Asia.
like,
Somewhere in Asia.
somewhere in Asia. At first he's like,
Mhm.
no. And then he's like, okay.
Yeah. And then the guy's like, but we also have one in Brazil too.
He's
He's
like,
like, okay,
fine.
fine.
You can
Don't
only go
leave
to,
Europe,
don't
Asian
use
countries,
Europe,
or the
Asian
Americas.
countries, or the Americas. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
that leaves what else?
That leaves the
Except for
continent of Africa. That's it.
yeah, that's it.
The continent of
Everywhere else, free
Africa,
game.
Australia, and Antarctica. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's
I think
definitely it.
good.
Everywhere
Good
else though,
job.
free game.
Free game. Don't
Free
worry,
game.
I'll find you.
Yeah, yeah. Just tell me where you're at, and I'll come to you.
I'll come to you.
Yeah. So Clouseau and Fontaine show up to the crime scene, and after looking around, decide to interrogate Laroque. So they show up at his casino, and Clouseau runs into 006,
Hmm.
um, who is there on a mission but can't be seen by anybody and can't let anybody know that he's there. And so Clouseau leaves him his number so that if he ever needs help, to call him before going to see Laroque. Clouseau starts the interrogation and gets his hands stuck in two vases.
Hmm.
Um, and as him and Ponton interview him, he's trying to get the whole thing off and whatever. But Laroque admits that he took a life insurance out on Gluant, and that Gluant was stealing money from the restaurants that were failing, by the way, but he didn't care because he was getting his money back through him gambling at the casino. So
Uh-huh.
either way, he was getting his money back.
Yeah, he was getting his money back.
Yeah, and that if he couldn't pay it back, then he would get the Pink Panther from Gluant anyway. So it didn't really matter to him.
Yeah.
When Clouseau gets a phone call that tells him to meet at the restaurant. So when he gets there, 006 is there and he asks for Clouseau's help, which basically is to borrow his coat as he gets rid of the gas. Did you say mask? Gas mask bandits?
Sure.
I couldn't hear him with the accent.
All I cared was he ordered a flamed mojito, and I was like, I want to try that.
That
I
did
ain't
look
never,
good.
I've never heard of a flamed mojito. I want to try that.
Is that even possible? Like,
I
did
have,
it even do that?
I have no idea, but I want one.
It looked good.
It looks delicious. Mojitos are
That is
already
delicious.
delicious.
That is true. I wonder if you like. Oh, it is a thing.
Ooh, I want
Ooh,
one. What is
they they tell you what's in it. And, ooh, it looks good.
What did they add in it to make it flammable?
Well, alcohol is flammable.
I mean, I know alcohol is flammable, but like the alcohol is like at the bottom of the
It's
drink.
so I well, there's like multiple different like recipes out there, but it's basically rum.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks really. It's called. It's either flaming mojito or little flame mojito.
Okay. If I go to Mexico for my birthday, I'm getting flamed mojitos.
Oh, we
That's
haven't
all I.
decided that yet.
That's all I haven't.
Okay.
I'll send out my questionnaire.
Okay. All right. Anyway, wow, that was a. It says you could add pineapple juice and jalapenos, by the way. Like some recipes add that.
Ooh.
Mm. Anyway, um, oops. So
They're shooting.
they're shooting. Stop. Uh, so 006 takes out the gas mask bandits, and since he isn't supposed to be there, gives back his Clouseau's jacket and tells him not to say anything, and he disappears. But when people
Yeah.
show up, it looks like Clouseau took out all of the gas mask bandits by
Yes, he
himself.
let Clouseau have the credit. The
Yes.
worst possible thing he could have done.
Yes. Like, sure, he understood your little, very obvious lingo that you were saying repeatedly on the casino floor,
Mm-hmm.
but that does not mean you need to give him the credit.
No.
No. Like, I know your mission's important, but not to Clouseau, man.
No, literally anyone else in that place
Anybody
could have
else.
taken the credit.
Yeah. So, because of that, the next day, the media blows up Clouseau taking out the gas mask bandits, and he's essentially famous now. So Clouseau keeps working on his investigation, and from what he got at the training facility, he wants to interrogate every you in France
Hmm.
because that was part of Bizot's last words, that he knew who he was talking to, who his killer was.
Hmm. And at this
So
point, I had already knew who the killer was, but this just cemented in my mind who the killer
yeah,
was, and I was like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Um, so while he's doing the interrogations, the chief inspector checks out Clouseau's office, but hides when he comes back early. And Clouseau finds him because he's hiding behind a curtain, and you can see his shoes.
Yeah,
Um,
this is another running bit.
yes, it is.
Anytime he would walk into a room and there was a curtain, he would like sneak up on the curtain and start like hitting it. So
Yes.
why did this man decide to hide
Hide.
behind a curtain?
Right. And he gets beat, by the way. He
He
gets beat
does
by a
get beat.
chair. He gets his head smashed into a desk.
Clouseau beats
Um,
his ass, like beats
he
the
really
shit out of
does.
him.
If I was a chief inspector and like, because we know how this movie ends, like looking back on it, if I got my ass kicked by Clouseau, I wouldn't want anybody to know.
No,
No, you are not getting that information out of me.
no. So what's his name? Dreyfus? Is that the chief inspector's name?
I only know his first name because I couldn't say his last name. It's Charles.
He like seemed barely smarter than Clouseau. He seemed like
Oh
a
yeah.
step higher than Clouseau intelligence
Hmm.
wise.
Yeah, like I think Charles, the chief inspector, had more common sense, but
Yeah,
that's about it.
but that's it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that differentiates him from Clouseau. Because he's an awful detective, by the way,
Yeah.
or inspector. So the chief inspector gets his ass kicked, and Clouseau goes to his office later to like apologize and give him an update, and tells him that he has over 2,500 suspects and says that it's going well, the whole
Hmm.
case. So then the chief inspector is at a meeting with the mayor, I think, and he learns that he, a nun, and then Clouseau, who was nominated, are up for the Medal of Honor that year because Clouseau took out the gas mask bandits, and so he
Hmm.
deserves it now.
Yeah.
Later, Chief Inspector tells Ponton that he has to know all of Clouseau's movements so he doesn't look unaware, since he didn't know of the stint at the casino last night. At the end of the day, Clouseau and Ponton talk about the case, and when he wants to interrogate Xania, finds out that he has to go to America because he let her go to America.
Yeah.
Um, and he tries to learn an American accent so that he can,
But like
like,
why?
I don't know. He
There
wanted
was
to like be a part of it, I guess.
there was no reason for him to go see a dialect coach.
No,
And there was
I would
also
like to
no
buy a
reason for
Gonzaga.
there was also no reason for that scene to go on so long.
Oh my gosh, it was so long.
It was so long. It felt like
Like it
five
was,
minutes.
yeah, it was funny for like the first 30 seconds, and then when they started breaking down the sentence. I'm like, you could have cut
Right.
that.
We could cut this.
It's fine. So in America, Clouseau and Ponton, I guess, do some touristy things on their first day
Hmm.
there.
They get hamburgers. They walk through
Yeah,
um,
Times Square,
Times Square. You know, all the stuff tourists do when
all
they
this
go to New
stuff.
York.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it.
We did it.
We didn't get hamburgers.
No,
We got pizza, but
we got we got pizza by a dumpster
by a
that was
dumpster
overflowing.
that was overflowing in front of the Broadway theater for Les Mis.
Yes. Yes. And that pizza was okay.
Oh, we technically did get burgers. Well, some of us
Did
did.
we?
Some people
Where?
went to the night we went to go see Phantom of the Opera. Some people went to Shake Shack.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Bro, everyone was obsessed with Shake Shack when we were at the airport.
Oh, that was so fucking good. That was the first meal I had in New York. Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. Shake Shack is bomb, I will say.
Delicious.
I feel like I've only either had it in airport or when we went that one time.
Oh, I've had it in multiple places at this point.
Oh really?
Multiple places. I had it in Texas. I had us drive specifically to Austin, Texas, so that I could get Shake Shack.
You know what? I should see if there's one out here. Anyway, sorry. We keep going on tangents.
Yeah.
Sorry. um that night they kind of bond in their hotel room, which they're sharing, by the way.
They have to
They have to
share a
share a bed.
bed because they didn't request two beds.
Yeah.
They just assumed they would get two beds.
Mm-hmm. And is that a full size bed? Because
It
that
looked
doesn't look like a queen.
it did not look like a queen.
They were literally touching shoulders. um. So the next day, Clouseau and Panton follow Xania throughout New York, very obviously, and she doesn't see them.
Am I supposed to believe that an international pop star is just walking freely throughout New York with
With
only a hat and some
and
sunglasses
sunglasses.
to hide her
Mm-hmm.
face?
Yeah.
This is Beyonce, by the way.
Yes. Who her
Could
character basically has the same status basically
as Beyonce.
as Beyonce,
So
and she just leaves her hotel.
imagine Beyonce just leaving her hotel and freely walking through New York City. Do you think that would
Yeah,
happen?
absolutely not.
Or would there immediate have already been paparazzi outside that hotel?
Mm-mm.
And then
Mm-mm.
immediately as soon as she stepped onto the streets, there would have been tons more called in, plus
Mm-hmm.
screaming fans.
Yep.
Where's Julius? Where's her
She's
bodyguard?
right. She's literally walking New York City. She's not being driven through New York City. She's walking.
Yeah, she's just walking
She's just walking.
in high heels
Like
and a
there's
dress.
yeah,
Just
there's
walking.
absolutely no way. No
Mm-mm.
way. So they follow her to a diamond cutter, where she says she's getting a purse fixed. Why is she going to a diamond cutter? Like I know she said she was adding diamonds to it, to the handle. But girl,
Mm-hmm.
that's an awful lie.
That was yeah,
Yeah. And she
but
said she didn't. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't blame Clouseau for like believing her and folding because like she's fine as hell.
That is true.
I would have believed anything she told me too. And she started like flirting with him. I would have been like, "Yep, you right. Yep,
You right.
you came to
Right.
this diamond cutter for a purse. Yep, you did.
Yes, you did.
You
Yeah,
did.
you could have gone. You could not have gone anywhere else.
Anywhere else."
Just this sketchy looking diamond cutter.
And I
I believe you.
totally believe you're walking around New York City with a vintage Josephine Baker handbag.
Right.
Yep,
Right. Yeah,
yep.
I believe you.
I believe you.
Tell me I look pretty.
Yeah,
um, and she didn't want people to know that she was going there because of the whole Pink Panther diamond debacle.
mm-hmm.
After, Xania then invites her to her room to have dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and Clouseau uses the opportunity to seduce her slash interrogate her for information, which was basically to know when she was leaving America.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that night at her room, uh, Clouseau shows up and Xania kind of immediately makes a move on him,
She does.
which Clouseau does not stop. And I'm like, yeah,
Oh,
same.
I wouldn't have either.
Yeah, I would not have either.
I would have pushed it
Um,
forward. We would have been
and
knocking. We would have been
he
knocking
was,
boots, Kelley. We would have
he
been
was,
knocking boots.
and he was trying to get there. He really was.
He was not hard enough.
He wasn't. Yeah, not hard enough. I
Cause
mean,
babe,
he just. He destroyed a bathroom
But
for
oh, by the time I got done, everything would have been destroyed. The wallpaper would have been falling down the wall.
No, Jordan.
There would have been chips in the fireplace. I would have went all Breaking Dawn up in that bitch.
Not Breaking Dawn. No. No, God. No. um so Clouseau goes into the bathroom to try and take a pill. And he
Which
basically
Phil?
destroys
Wink, wink. We'll never
we,
know.
yeah, we'll never know. But we know.
We know.
We know.
He's a 40-year-old
Um
man. We know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know. And he destroys the bathroom trying to get to it because the pull of Beyonce is that strong.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um so while all this is happening, Charles puts a tag on Clouseau to make him stay in America. So while him and Ponton are at the airport, somebody switches out his bag, and when he goes through TSA, they find a bunch of contraband in the bag, and he gets attacked by a police dog, and he's got guns pointed at him by security, which would not happen, by the way.
No.
um, and the whole thing makes headlines.
Also, they tried to like sneak in hamburgers to the
Hamburgers.
airport, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, you don't have to declare food until you
No.
reach the other country.
Yeah.
Like, you were free to eat those hamburgers on
Yeah.
the airplane.
And sir, I can completely guarantee you that I think it was McDonald's burgers they had. There is a McDonald's in that airport.
There's a McDonald's in the airport. There's at least three, actually.
Yeah, they're somewhere in the airport. You can
There's
find it.
some. Yeah, you will never not find a McDonald's in the
Yeah,
airport.
yeah. So you
I was in
can
Costa Rica and they had a McDonald's in the airport
you can always count on a Starbucks and a McDonald's.
and a McDonald's.
Any airport.
Any airport throughout the world.
Yes. So back in France, Clouseau is humiliated and is stripped of his title and is told he is an idiot by the chief inspector. And how he was brought onto this case so that he could take the media heat, so that the chief could take all the glory for himself when he actually solved the case. um, Ponton takes Clouseau back to his apartment and he asks if he knew that the whole thing was going on, and he says yes, basically. And so he's sad and he goes into his apartment alone. The next day, the chief inspector meets with his investigative group and gives them the details of his findings, basically saying that one of the guys at the soccer game was Dr. Pang, and he says he's the one that killed him because of the money. What was it? It's not laundering, was it?
He,
But
I
like,
don't know. He pretty much had no proof to me
yeah,
to
it
warrant
was just it was
arresting this
just
man.
pictures. It was just pictures of them meeting.
Yeah, which like
Um,
I'm sure tons of people met him that day.
right, exactly. Um, but he says that Dr. Pang was the one who killed him because there was money involved and everything. So he has to be the one to do it. And so he wants to arrest him that night at the president's dinner. When Clouseau sees the announcement on TV, he goes to look something up that's bothering him because the chief inspector says something about Bizot being shot in the occipital lobe.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds something in a picture of himself from the airport in America that makes him call Ponton and Nicole for help, as he thinks Xania is in danger at the president's ball.
Yeah.
Ponton then takes Clouseau to the event, and when they can't get in,
Oh,
meets
Kelley,
with
you forgot
Nicole.
something.
Oh, did I?
Clouseau caught a computer virus that was so bad that
Oh,
he
yeah.
lost power in all of France.
Yes.
At that point, is
Also,
that not a terrorist attack?
it is.
Yeah,
It
it's a
is. It
terrorist
definitely
attack.
is. Also, there's a running gag that if he can't get it, he goes on the internet, and
Yeah.
that's like the insinuation of how he like shut down France. from
Mm-hmm.
electricity. Clouseau, please. Um, anyway, at the event, he takes his camouflage bag from Nicole and he compliments her on how she looks for the evening before leaving. Inside, the chief inspector learns that Clouseau is there and tells him that he has to be arrested on site and lets his assistant know that they will arrest Dr. Pang after the first song.
Also, I don't think um, the inspector understands what trespassing means
Oh, yeah.
because they're like, as soon as you see Clouseau, arrest him for trespassing. And I'm like, he's not
No.
trespassing though.
Yeah, he's not.
I was like, sure, you don't want him here, but do you own this place?
Right.
And
Also, he
he
was
was
invited.
he was invited.
He was invited. And if you didn't let him know he wasn't invited,
That's your fault.
that's your fault.
Ooh, the way I would get to that courtroom and pull out my invitation and be like, I was invited. I don't know why they
Your
did
Honor,
this
here is
switch up
Exhibit
on me.
A.
Exhibit A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Like, this is all I need. My
Yeah, my
invitation.
invitation. That's it. All charges are dropped. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm
I
going
will be
home.
suing this police department.
For everything they are worth.
Yes.
So Xania then sings her song, which I love that the chief inspector gives her her moment to sing her song.
Oh, what a performance.
Yes.
What a performance.
Like I know this is like a fake song, but like she sang her little soul out.
She
Thank you,
did it.
Beyonce.
She did it.
Thank you. Thank you. Um as this is happening, Clouseau and Panton sneak their way across the room with their like wall to curtain shift thing going on.
Yes.
Um and as they sneak their way across the room, they get up to the second level and they are stopped by security. And Nicole comes to their rescue, saying that they're backup dancers for Xania, and they are somehow let go.
Yeah, because the guys like prove it. And so they just start randomly dancing.
Dancing. And this works.
It works.
It works. Um, so when they are like let go, Clouseau finally sees how amazing Nicole is and kisses her. Clouseau and Panton change and they catch somebody on the roof about to shoot Xania and chase him as the chief goes to arrest Dr. Pang.
Why
Uh,
didn't he just arrest Dr. Peng at like his hotel or something?
I don't know, dude.
Why did he have to do it here?
Also, where did all those cameras come from?
Who knows?
He called
Who
the
knows?
media.
He probably did.
He
He
called the
probably
media.
he probably like tipped them off. He was like, "Hey
Oh,
guys,
heck yeah.
something big is gonna happen. Get
Just
here,
want,
get here before Zanya finishes performing."
yeah, just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, just what you know.
Yeah, it's fine. Nothing sus about that.
No,
Um,
just like have your editors ready for a big story.
yeah. Then make sure you look up Dr. Pang. He's
Dr.
from
Peng.
China.
Yep. Need to know his whole backstory. It's very
Mm-hmm.
important.
It's very important. Who's
And
giving
then
this tip? An anonymous tipper from
I'm
the chief
anonymous.
inspector's office.
Yeah. They're like, you kind of sound like the chief inspector. No, no.
No, this is a voice changer. I
There's a
just
voice
chose one
changer.
that sounded like him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all. It's very deep throat. Like
I am a woman making this phone call.
I am a woman, or am
Yes.
I?
Or am I? um. So as he goes to arrest Dr. Pang, Panton and Clouseau catch who they're chasing at the same time. And when he takes the mask off, it's Yuri, who is the coach from the training facility for the French team. And he
Shocker!
basically just flats out admits that he killed Gluon.
In front of everyone.
In front of everybody. No questions asked. He literally was like, "Yeah, I killed him."
Yeah, I killed him.
And I was gonna kill Xania too, and everyone's like,
I bet
"What?"
Xania was like, "What did I do?"
She's literally like, "I was just here to sing.
Right?
I
She was like, "I was just hired here to perform.
yeah, and that's what I've come to do, and
Like,
I'm
I'm
leaving now."
performing through my grief.
Yes.
Like, my
How dare you
boyfriend
come
just
here?
died. How dare you?
Right.
Even though
Right.
I have not been sad at all.
No, I have not. I literally tried to seduce the inspector on the case.
Yes.
So Ponton then asks how Kusan knew, and he says that the Chinese woman they interviewed during the whole you thing
Uh-huh.
confirmed it. And I love how they don't even translate what she said.
They didn't. And Clouseau very obviously does not speak Mandarin or Cantonese or whatever language he was speaking.
No,
Because he was like, I speak Chinese, and I'm like, that's not a language.
that's not a language.
It's not a language. Chinese is not a language.
Sir. But yeah, I love how they don't even tell us what she was saying. And he
No,
doesn't even tell us what she was saying.
no,
He's just like, yeah, she confirmed it. And then they
he
play it
confirmed
back
it.
and we're just like,
Did she?
okay. Did she? Well, was she not saying, why am I being interrogated? I don't even know what's going on here.
It's probably what she was saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And that Bizot was killed for trying to blackmail Yuri because he had a suspicion that he killed Gluant.
Why would you blackmail someone that killed someone else?
Right.
That's so
Bro.
dumb.
Just go to the police. If you know somebody killed somebody, or if you had an inkling, just go to the police.
Go to the
Don't go to the
police.
killer.
Don't go to the killer and be like, hey, I won't tell everyone if you pay me.
Right. He just killed somebody. What makes you think he's not gonna kill you?
Right? What makes you think he won't kill you?
Hmm. And then he says that Yuri was the one who obviously killed Bizot, because he had Russian army training, and
Hmm.
that's how he was able to get the shot on his occipital lobe,
Yeah.
even though it's literally just a headshot
Yeah, it's just a headshot.
with a
What?
red dot.
Gosh, Kelly, what the hell is going on in your house?
It's my brother's dog.
Oh,
He's
okay.
he's he's 5 months old. He's a baby.
Okay.
He's fine, I swear. Um, and then he said that Yuri was going to go after Xania for dating Gluant instead of him.
Weird.
So
Weird.
basically,
Weirdo.
this whole thing is about Xania.
Weirdo behavior.
Weirdo behavior. Glad she passed on him for a cheater, though.
Fair. I mean,
One or the other.
she had a bad choice either way,
Yeah.
but at
It
least
didn't it
the
didn't
one
work
she
out.
chose wasn't a murderer.
That is true. That is true. Somebody then asks about the pink diamond, and Clouseau says that the diamond was Xania the whole time, and it is hidden inside of a secret pocket that's inside of her vintage purse that she got fixed in New York City.
Hmm.
Um, it is then found inside of her bag, and she says that she got it from Gluant when he proposed to her at the game, saying that he was going to stop cheating on her, and she hid it um, because she didn't want the whole media attention, I guess, or to be brought into
She
the
said that she.
investigation.
I literally wrote it down because I was like, that makes no sense. She said that she hid it because she didn't want anyone to think that she killed him for the diamond. And I was just sitting there, I was like, that makes no sense. If you had just
Yeah,
returned the ring, then no
right.
one would have thought that you did it.
Right. You would have been like proven yourself innocent.
Yeah, you were like, hey, I had nothing to do with this. He gave me this before he died. Y'all
Right,
take it. I don't
right,
want it.
right,
Uh,
right. Because you literally could have said when he asked you about when you said you wanted to kill him, been like, yeah, I was angry because he cheated on me, and then he proposed to me with the ring that I am now giving to you
to you.
because I am innocent.
I am innocent. I don't want this ring.
Right. It's a dead man's ring.
It's a
Take it
dead
from
man's
me.
ring. Bad juju.
Yeah, bad juju.
Also, I'm rich. Like, I don't. I don't
Right.
need this.
I don't need it. I could
I
technically buy it from you.
I own a purse that Josephine Baker owned. I don't
Right.
need this.
Mm-mm. I'm good. Also, she now has to get that fixed, by the way,
Yeah.
because he cut into a
He cut
vintage
into it. A vintage
bag.
purse. Yeah.
Gosh dang it, Clouseau. But he allows her to keep it, by the way.
Yeah, they're just like,
And
keep it.
yeah, he's all like, "Oh yeah, he gave it to you before he died. Technically, that's yours."
Yep.
Yeah, it's not evidence or anything for this case. You can just keep
Nope. Keep it.
that. um, when the media asks how he found it, he says that he saw it in a picture of him at the airport. And it caught the exact moment her bag went through the X-ray machine, and he could see it in
Yeah.
the window. Sometime later, Clouseau thanks the chief inspector for putting him on the case that allowed him to win the Medal of Honor. And when him and Ponton go to leave, his coat gets locked into the smart car's door and he is dragged
Yeah, for
down
who
the
knows
street.
how long.
Yeah.
Because Clouseau hears him screaming. It
It
says,
doesn't do anything.
does it? I mean, he's like, do
Well,
you
yeah.
hear that?
Yeah, he asks Ponton if he can hear the
And Ponton's
screaming.
like, I don't hear anything. And they're like, okay. And they just keep going.
He's like, yeah, I just wanted the confirmation that there was no sound, so
Yeah.
I
So
believe
I'm
you.
good on my end.
I'm good. So the chief inspector ends up in the hospital, and Clouseau stresses him out,
Hmm.
trying to adjust his bed. And when he goes to talk to Ponton and Nicole, accidentally sends him speeding through the hospital and out into the Seine.
Yep.
Yeah, that man is
Yeah.
dead.
He's dead.
He's dead. He's got a leg in a cast. He has his neck in a brace, and now he's in the river.
No, he's in the river.
He's dead.
He's dead.
And he fell from like a fourth story window.
Yep.
But that's where the movie ends.
That's where the movie ends.
Okay, are you ready for some movie facts?
I am.
Okay. So, when Sony inherited the film from its acquisition of MGM, it decided to spend approximately 5 million to reshoot and re-edit the film to tone down the or to tone down or cut the explicit contents to get a PG rating because I guess there was more of it in the movie.
There was more?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of want to see the unedited version just so I can
Same.
see what they kept what MGM thought was okay to keep in the movie.
Same. I want to
I
see
just want
it.
to know. And I want to know what the rating was because they didn't say what the rating was before they cut it.
I'm guessing like PG-13.
Maybe. Second movie fact: Jackie Chan was considered for the part of Clouseau's Chinese assistant, Kato Fong, but the filmmakers decided they didn't want to use a politically incorrect character and replaced Kato with the Frenchman Ponton.
Okay.
Yeah,
What does politically incorrect character mean?
I
Were they
don't
gonna
even
make a whole
know.
bunch of Chinese jokes or something?
Probably,
Okay.
probably. Okay, do you want to guess who was considered who were the early contenders for the role of Inspector Clouseau? This is 2006, by the way.
2006. Is it like in the same vein as Steve Martin or like completely different people?
I'd say one of them is in the same kind of vein-ish as
Vein-ish. Is it Jim Carrey?
yeah, yes.
Yeah.
One of them is Jim Carrey,
One of them is
and
Jim Carrey.
the other two I don't think you'll get.
Okay, just tell me then.
Chris Tucker.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know.
That doesn't make. Okay.
Yeah.
Who else?
Yep. And Robin Williams.
Oh, okay. That could have been something.
It could have been.
That possibly could have been something.
I feel like that would have been a better movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and do you want to guess who was considered for the chief inspector role?
What you already said, Jackie Chan.
Mm-hmm.
Is it more like ethnic people or is it all white people?
White people.
Um, hmm. Matthew McConaughey.
No.
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 Martin Short.
No.
No. Hmm.
Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. These were for also the same role. This was also for Clouseau. I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Because
Oh.
one of the people who were considered got the chief inspector role instead. So Kevin Kline, who played the inspector, first auditioned for Clouseau. So here you have to guess the two other people. One of these people starred in a very big animated film of the early 2000s.
Very big.
Cultural
Um,
reset.
I know it's Shrek. I can't. Mike Myers? Is that
Yes.
his name?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
We could have had
okay.
Shrek as Inspector Clouseau. And I don't know if you'll get this one, but it's Kevin Spacey.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That would have been interesting. I don't know if I would have liked it if it was Kevin Spacey.
I definitely wouldn't have rewatched it if it was Kevin Spacey.
Even with Beyonce in
Even with Beyonce in it, he's tainted stuff too much for me.
it?
I normally would have rewatched House of Cards, but I can't do it. I can't do it with him.
I will say though, I cannot picture any of these guys being seduced by Beyonce.
No,
No.
no.
And that is all of my movie facts. So Jordan, here is the question.
Hmm.
Is this movie iconic?
I put no. This is
Yeah.
very like fourth grade humor.
Mm-hmm.
This would not pass as comedy today,
No, it would not.
and they had too many running gags happening at once.
This whole movie is just built on gags, on
Like
bits.
I feel like a running gag should be like one running gag throughout a movie, not like
Yeah.
five.
Yeah. Because there's way too many to keep
There's way
like
too
track
many.
of in this movie.
But yeah, not
Yeah.
iconic for me.
Yeah, me neither. Like it's an okay movie,
Hmm.
but I don't know if I'd watch it again.
Oh, I most definitely won't watch it again. And
Yeah.
now Netflix keeps like asking me to watch the second one, and I'm like, I'm good. I don't want to watch the second one.
They're like, oh my gosh, somebody watched the Pink Panther. Push them the second one.
Push the second one. I'm like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, sorry, Pink Panther.
Sorry, Pink Panther.
Sorry.
Thank you for the Beyonce performance, though.
Yeah, thank you for that though, and for wishing that was me getting seduced by Beyonce.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you.
thank you.
So, what are your recommendations for this week?
I have two. My first one
Okay.
is "Check on It" by Beyonce featuring B Bun and Slim Thug. Great song.
Gotta throw the Beyonce in there.
Great song. If anything, I would like to thank this movie for that song.
Fair,
Fair.
fair.
I'll give it that song. I'll give it that.
All right.
My second recommendation is "Losing You" by Flo. Great song.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Flo has not missed song wise. Can't wait for the album. can't wait for a
Ooh,
tour.
yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be great.
Honestly, they've been popping up on like my playlist a lot more, I will say.
Good. My campaign is working. Which, speaking of campaigns,
Uh-oh.
I have to bring this up.
Okay.
My Avatar campaign is
It
flopping
is.
very,
It really is.
flopping very hard.
Dude, people on my floor, like this weekend, they were like, "Oh yeah, I just saw Avatar and blah blah blah," or "I'm gonna go see Avatar," and I'm just like, "That's a lot of people talking about Avatar."
Which
Like
is
I was not
weird.
expecting that many
I've
people to go and watch it.
I've never I haven't I've heard one person, no, two now because my sister went to go see it with her friend.
Oh, she saw it.
Yeah, I've heard of two people who have seen that movie. Other than that, no one else. I've heard no one like talk about the movie.
Yeah.
For some reason, it's almost at $2 billion. I'm very confused.
It's at $2 billion.
Not yet, but like it's
Oh.
close. I think it's at like 1.7 or something like
Oh my
that.
gosh. I think I saw one person because I don't look at anybody's stories or anything, not really on Instagram. But I saw like one of the people we went to high school with. They're like, "Oh yeah, I loved Avatar. I'm gonna go see the new one." I'm like, "You're actually gonna go see it?"
Yeah,
An almost like 4 hour movie.
but here's the thing. Most of the money of this movie, I looked it up, is
Uh-huh.
from like international, like not from here.
Really?
It made like 1.2 billion dollars just overseas. And then here
Oh
it's
my
only made
gosh.
like 500 million.
Oh,
So I don't think
maybe we just
Americans are
don't.
really seeing it
No,
that
yeah.
much.
America's like, I'm good with Avatar things, so.
Because like I said, I don't know, other than my sister, I don't know of any black people that went to go see that movie.
Did she like it, by the way?
She said it was okay,
Hmm.
but she liked the first one.
Yeah,
So
I was about to say she liked the first one. Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update. I I will admit when I'm wrong. I thought it was gonna flop, and it didn't flop.
Yeah, it did not. Not this time. Sorry, man.
Maybe next time. I need
Maybe
to look
next.
up a new movie that I want to flop.
Yeah. Start the campaign early, I will say.
I think Oppenheimer is gonna flop.
Okay.
Because honestly, who wants to watch a movie about the creation of the atomic bomb? I kind of don't. I,
Uh,
I will be watching Barbie. Sorry, I
yes.
will.
Yeah, we will be watching Barbie.
I will be watching Barbie.
The high class film of 2023.
Yes, future Oscar winning movie Barbie.
Yes. Yes. I can't wait to see Ryan Gosling as Ken.
And they come out. I think these movies come out the same day.
Do
So
they? Wait, let me look it
so
up.
yeah, I will most definitely be watching Barbie. Sorry,
Yes. Sorry, not sorry.
sorry, not sorry.
Does it say when it's coming out?
It comes out July 21st.
July 21st. I'm going to see when Oppenheimer comes out. Just so we can get everybody on the same page that we're not going to see Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer comes out July 21st. I told you
Oh,
they come
okay,
out the
good.
same day.
Okay, good. Everyone go
I,
see Barbie.
everyone go see Barbie.
Yeah, we're all getting dressed up to go see the high class film Barbie on
Yeah,
July
I don't
twenty
own
first.
anything pink. Oh, I think I do. I think I do. I'll wear that. Everyone wear
Oh,
everyone wear pink and
I have
go
a
see
pink
Barbie.
cardigan. I have a pink cardigan. Does that count? In July though? Ooh.
Oh yeah, mine is long sleeve too. Mine's I think. Oh
Wait a minute.
no. Well, I guess
Oh
I'm going
no.
shopping.
Yeah, we gotta go shopping. We
You
gotta
gotta go
go
shopping.
when we may or may not go to Mexico. Let's
Yeah,
pick up something
yeah.
pink.
Pick up something pink. Yep.
Okay. So for me, I have two. My first one is Bullet Train. Really good
Um,
movie.
I I was babysit. I was like watching my cousin's baby like a
Mm-hmm.
month ago or so, and she had it playing in the background, but I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't really paying attention. So I have watched it, but I wasn't paying attention. So I need to
It's
rewatch
a
it.
It's a good one, I will say.
I was too
It's really good.
busy. I was too busy making sure the baby was fine. Like I was like taking care of the baby. So I was
Yeah.
not paying attention to
Yeah.
the plot.
You had your priorities straight. I will say
Yeah,
you had your priorities straight. Got to make sure the baby lives. But yeah, go watch Bullet Train. It's really good. Also, the way it's filmed, I really liked it.
maybe I'll watch it today.
Yeah, do that. And my second one is Vanilla Tobacco by Eloise. New. Well, I'm gonna say new. It was new a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago,
So
because
was
it's
my
been a
song
freaking
"Losing
long.
You."
Yeah. We wrote
That
all
song
of
is
this
like a
down
month
like a
old.
month ago.
Yep. I have two notes for two movies I watched that will
Yep.
not see the light of day.
Yeah. You know what? Save them for next year.
Yep,
Save
I
them
guess
for
so.
next year. That'll be funny. So
I
we'll
have
have
two.
both.
Yep, I have two Christmas movies with the notes just
Yeah,
sitting in
sitting
my
there.
Google folder.
We'll just have to go back.
We'll have to come. We'll have to circle back.
That's good. That's easy. You know what? I'm gonna throw a third recommendation in there. Glass Onion.
Oh, I kind of forgot that movie came out. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
came out
Glass
Christmas
Onion.
Day. It was a good movie.
It was a good
I'm
movie.
surprised. You know what? I understand why you couldn't guess the killer.
Yeah,
That
y-
it was a good one.
they finally tricked me. Good job.
Yeah. Like if you haven't seen the first one, go see the first one. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but they kind of tell you who's the killer right from the
Yeah,
get go. They
yeah.
tell you who it is. This one though,
Because
it's a little more interesting.
because I was heavy leaning on spoiler alert, I guess, but like who hasn't seen this movie at this point? I was leaning on Catherine Hahn's character being the killer. Like heavy. I was like
Yeah.
I was like she's a killer.
Yeah.
But then they like
Yeah.
tricked us halfway through it because then like the person who you thought was gonna die didn't die.
Yeah.
And so I was like, wait, this like messes up
Yeah,
my
wait
whole
a
thing.
minute. Right. We were getting played from both sides, I will say.
We were. Yeah.
Which I'm not mad at. That was like to follow up Knives Out, that was a good one.
It was good.
So go check out Glass Onion.
I kind of wish I'd seen it in theaters for that
Yeah,
one
that would have been
week.
cool.
For that week, it was in theaters.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't let it go longer. Because Knives Out was a hit.
Yeah, they should have. But as we all know, Netflix has not been making sound business moves as of late.
No, they haven't. They have not.
So yeah.
But yeah,
But yeah, that's
that's
it
it.
for us. Thank you so much for listening. Sorry for being gone for so long.
Yeah. We were both dying at separate times of the month and then
Yeah, and then
the
Christmas.
holidays.
So sorry.
Yeah,
But
sorry. Sorry.
thank you for listening. Don't forget to
Thank
follow
you.
us on our social media. We have
Mm-hmm.
a Twitter and an Instagram. They're both
Mm-hmm.
at SYTYI Podcast. Don't forget to send us your movie request or your movie stories. Did you
Mm-hmm.
film this movie? Were you in the editing bay? Why did you keep the scaffolding in the picture?
You edited out all of the other explicit stuff, but when it came to the scaffolding, you're like, that can stay.
That could stay in there.
That can
No one
stay.
will notice. I noticed.
Jordan will always notice the universal.
I will always notice the universal Little Italy set. Always.
Yes.
Or the like Stars Hollow slash Back to the Future downtown
Oh,
set.
yes.
I will
Yes.
always recognize that too.
Yes.
Always. But yeah, let us know at our email, sytyipodcast at gmail.com. Also, don't forget to share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to
Mm-hmm.
us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And rate and review us on Apple Podcasts with 5 stars.
Thank you.
Thank you. Also, don't forget to it's flu season. Be careful
Mm.
out there. Also, we're having like daily rain for some reason in California. Like the
Yeah,
rain
be
is just like
careful.
not stopping, and I don't know why. I mean, I do know
Yeah,
why. It's climate change, but like, stop it.
it's just straight flooding, guys.
I'm so tired of like the sun is gone. Like the sun was out
It doesn't
an
exist
hour
anymore.
was out an hour ago. It's gone now. It's just back to being cloudy and overcast.
So everyone take your vitamin D supplements,
Uh-huh.
buy your sun lamp,
Yeah. I have
make it
like
work.
I'm getting like my winter skin. I almost never get a winter skin cuz I live in California.
Yeah.
But like I'm getting a winter skin.
Rip, I'm so sorry.
I'm getting lighter.
Oh no.
This is not the mood. This is not the vibe.
It is not the vibe.
I want a tan. I need a vacation.
Come visit.
Mostly because my vacation I was on technically I was sick for half of it.
Yeah, you were.
So I
You were
need
out for a long time though.
I need a fresh vacation
Mm-hmm. He needs a vacation that he's not sick on.
that I'm not sick on and that has warm weather.
Mm-hmm. So we are
I'm
going to Mexico.
I'm thinking 70 degrees minimum.
Oh wow, okay.
I'd prefer 80s.
Yeah, dude, we're not even hitting 70s.
I'd prefer 80s. I'm tired of being cold. I'm tired of being cold.
Sorry.
I didn't live and grow up in California to be cold.
Sun.
Like
We want the sun.
I want the sun.
We're
I
not the
can't.
Golden State for nothing.
Yeah, I can't take this,
No, sorry.
and I refuse to move to Texas. That won't
Don't go to
happen. And
Texas.
I'm definitely not
Don't.
moving to Florida. Like what?
Oh, what?
No,
Why is Florida an option for you?
it's sunny and warm,
Uh, no,
and and it
don't go to
never
Texas.
snows.
I
And
thought it snows in Texas in certain areas, or no?
I think that's like northern Texas, but like
Texas is huge. I don't know.
no one lives there. Everyone lives in like the middle of Texas. Like no one lives in northern Texas.
It's no man's land.
No man's land. But yeah, either way, stay iconic.
Stay, I gotta go.
Bye.